in a secret island where magic is real and there are treasures of power, but it is hunted by zombies. It's hard to survive, but there are infinite wealthy treasures, attracting treasure hunters into the most risky adventure. How will they escape? Or will Wonditan claim them one by one? Watch till the end. Wonditan, Episode 7. Subscription is free. Please subscribe to our channel to get the complete series. Deep beneath the cursed grounds of Wonditan, Carlos sat in the corner of a cold underground bunker. The air was musty, and the smell of blood lingered. A rusted saw lay beside him, his only weapon. He couldn't stay here any longer. His sister Camila was in prison at Underground 27, and she might be in danger. Carlos whispered to himself, his voice trembling. What if Camila is dying in the hands of Mateo? No. Carlos stood up. I can't hide down here while she suffers. He picked up his saw, tightened the straps of his torn backpack, and slowly opened the old iron hatch above him. It creaked loudly. He froze. Groan. The sound of zombies. Wonditan wasn't silent anymore. Carlos slipped out and climbed onto the surface. It was gray and foggy. The trees were dry, like skeletons reaching for the sky. He moved quickly but silently, his eyes scanning every bush, every shadow. Suddenly, a group of 5 zombies appeared from behind a fallen wall. They hadn't seen him yet. Carlos ducked behind a pile of rocks and held his breath. Think, he whispered. He slowly picked up a loose stone and threw it far across the ruins. Clack! The zombies turned and shuffled toward the sound. Carlos waited. 1, 2, 3 seconds. Then he ran, but one zombie turned too soon. It saw him. Ray! The others followed. Carlos didn't stop. He jumped over fallen trees, dodged between broken houses. One zombie reached for his neck, but he ducked and sliced its arm with his saw. Blood sprayed. It kept chasing. Carlos turned suddenly into an old building and slammed the door. He looked around. A small table, a wooden beam. He blocked the door. Then, boom! The zombies crashed into the door. He panted, backing up slowly. I need to get out of here. He spotted a broken window and climbed through it. As he ran into the forest again, the groans faded behind him, but his fight wasn't over. From the trees, a tall, muscular zombie stepped out alone. Its eyes were glowing. It was fast, too fast. Carlos raised his saw. The zombie charged. Carlos swung hard, but the zombie caught the saw with its hand and tossed Carlos to the ground. Carlos groaned, his back aching. The zombie lunged again. He rolled away just in time and grabbed a sharp stick. He stabbed the zombie's leg. It growled and hit him across the face. Blood trickled down his cheek. Carlos gasped. Come on, don't die here. The zombie kicked him again. Then Carlos noticed something, a loose piece of metal sticking from the wall behind the zombie. He had an idea. Carlos got up and threw his saw at the zombie's face. It flinched. Carlos ran around, grabbed the metal, and at the right moment, he jumped on the zombie's back and stabbed it into its skull. The zombie screamed and dropped to its knees. Carlos pulled out the metal and stabbed again. Finally, it stopped moving. Carlos fell beside the body, gasping for air. That was close, but no time to rest. Another growl echoed from behind. Another powerful zombie. This one was smaller, but its arms were sharp like blades. Carlos picked up his saw again and backed away. The zombie lunged. Carlos blocked with the saw but got scratched on the arm. Blood poured. He screamed but didn't fall. He kicked the zombie hard in the knee. It stumbled. He swung the saw with all his strength. Slash! The zombie's head rolled off. Carlos didn't even wait to breathe. He ran toward Underground 27. After what felt like forever, he finally saw the entrance, an old stone door half buried under dirt. He pulled it open and climbed inside Underground 27. The air was still. Carlos ran down the hallway shouting, "Camila! Camila!" Then he heard her voice. "Carlos, you're here." He turned and saw her in a dark prison cell behind rusted bars. Her face was pale but full of joy. "Camila!" He ran toward her, tears filling his eyes. "I survived, barely, but I had to. I thought Mateo might have hurt you," asked Carlos. Camila shook her head. "Hurry, Mateo's not here. A magician named Rodriguez lives here now. He sent Mateo away with his powers." Carlos looked around. "Can we trust this magician?" "I don't know," Camila said, "but we need to leave now." Carlos nodded. He pulled out his saw and began sawing through the prison lock. Sparks flew. The metal slowly gave way. Clank. The lock broke. Camila stepped out and hugged him. "Thank you." Just then, Rodriguez appeared, dressed in dark robes, holding a glowing magic wand. He shouted, "You dare enter my chambers and break into my prison?" Carlos pulled Camila behind him. "She's my sister. I came to save her." Rodriguez's eyes burned with magic. "Lies! You came to steal from me." He lifted his wand and a blast of green light shot forward. Carlos pushed Camila away just in time. "Run!" he shouted. Camila ran away from Underground 27. Rodriguez raised his wand again. "You will not escape justice." He flicked his wrist and chains of light wrapped around Carlos, pulling him to the floor. "No!" Carlos screamed. "Your sister is in the zombies' world now," Rodriguez said, "and you belong to me." Carlos was thrown into the same prison cell, the door magically locking shut. His heart pounded as he sat on the floor, bruised and bleeding. How will she survive? Carlos asked himself in terror. His mind raced with fear. Outside, the zombie world awaited Camila, and inside, Carlos was alone. To be continued at Soul Rift, Episode 9. Up next, watch Wonditan, Episode 8. Please don't forget to share. Watch this video. Royal Reeves, exploring the jungle's untold secrets. In a kingdom where traps catch more than beasts and friends hide sharper fangs than foes, a poor boy's patience led him to danger at the throne of Feel. How will he escape from the situation? Or will it turn to be his breakthrough? It's thrilling and interesting short story.